Right, guys, so we are now live at tonight's location, and what a place it is. Literally, while we've been waiting to come inside, about 10, 15 Ferraris, James, must have pulled up. Full blown racing team. I don't know what they've been doing. There must have been £10 million worth of cars just arrived while we were waiting to come inside, and it's absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna have a few moments and then I'll give you a little walk around. We've actually just found two human skulls actually inside this church, and they were priests that were executed. One was hung, drawn, and quartered, and the second guy was hanged. Um, it's quite cool, this place, because it's actually got heating on. So we're loving that because it's absolutely banging it down outside and it's not really warm. Um, James is here just taking photographs at this moment in time, but I am just going to spin camera around and let you have a look and show you the kind of place we're working in. So as you can see, James is there just taking photographs, and it's absolutely fantastic. You're gonna love this place. It's mint. Can't believe how good it is. So I've just been looking at this door. Look, you've got like a proper thing here, so you can look outside. Look. So we're in here on a zone, and it's going to be fantastic. So I'll just let you have a little look around at this place. It's really great, isn't it?
Right.
But as you can see, guys, there's actually like graves actually on the floor. Actually, knights that are here. Look. So we have got this place more or less as long as we want it. It's going to be great once it goes dark, because the only lights in this place are them spotlights there. But obviously, once this investigation starts, we will be turning them off. So if you look at these statues here, this is the Vavasawa family, I believe. And it's going to be really interesting to see what we do get tonight. Just look at detail. It's just stunning. Absolutely. Places like this just blow my mind. I want to show you this, look. What did you say were in this box, James? Scrolls. Some sort of scrolls are inside this box when this place was built. It looks like it's can't even be opened, you know. There must be a way, but obviously that's not our place. Now, it's important to note that this place is more or less on the site of England's bloodiest battle, where at least 28,000 people died during one day. It's known as England's bloodiest war, and it just blows your mind, you know. We did kind of visit this area many months ago at Lead Chapel, and that were really great as well. Was that you, that James? Oh, turn them bad boys off. I'll leave them on for now. So we found some lights. But here we go, look, another night. It's believed that this church is actually haunted by the spirits of knights and that died during the war. So that's going to be great as well, to see if we can make contact. I just want to show you these two skulls of the priests who were executed. The first one was called Peter Snow, and he was the seminary priest, actually born in Ripon. These are real human skulls. So we're in a room with real bodies, and if you look at this one here, it's like got an hole, like below the eye. I don't know if that was like a puncture mark or something like that. Hi Ollie, you alright? But real human skulls in this building. So we've got Peter Snow and then Ralph Grimston. It looks like this is some sort of little memorial for the guys. Is that you making all these noises? I don't know what it was. But we can't wait to get started. It's going to be great. You what? Safe. Yeah. Oh, a little safe there. Look. You can see some remembrance, remembrance poppies and crosses. But I think it's going to be mint this, James, when it gets dark.
Yeah.
We're really interested to see what we capture tonight. And at some point, we'll be sealing off this church and leaving the building to see if anything's captured on camera while we're outside. So we're just trying to pass a bit of time. Obviously, it's too early to really start, but I think what we will do shortly is just record his introduction, because it's important that we get that done and let the spirits know that we're here, and we hope to communicate with them. Not only are we here to investigate this chapel, but it's literally a castle at the side. And let me tell you, that place is absolutely stunning, and that's somewhere where we are going to investigate in the future. We can't wait to get started. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I was just saying earlier, if you've just joined, as we were waiting to come inside here, about 15 Ferrari cars pulled up with a full race team. They must be staying here for the night. And there must have been at least £10 million worth of cars. Some of them were really old, weren't they, James?
Yeah.
Like going back to the 1970s, 80s. And then you've got the modern day Ferraris as well. Full-blown racing outfits on. So I don't know what's been happening, but we were just blown away, weren't we? You are?
So they've been out racing, obviously.
I'm on about what they're doing here tonight. That's what I mean. But we're looking forward to getting started, aren't we, pal?
Aye.
Be interesting to see what happens once lights go out. Yeah, I'm sure we will. It should be an interesting night. And I can't wait to see what we capture. You know, it's believed that the priests haunt this area, monks haunt this area, a dark shadow is being seen. And Sir William Vavasour, the person who founded this church in the 1167, I believe it was, he's said to haunt this area as well. So it's going to be great. But as you can see, James has just set up a camera. What are you doing? Are you leaving that on all night?
As long as it'll last.
Yeah, that's cool. So that'll be good to see if anything's captured from a different angle. Hiya, Jane. You're all right, love? I hope all's well. Seen you out of hospital now, love. So that's good. Hope you're feeling better. But we just can't wait to get started. It's just I just like these little graves that's on the floor. They go all the way up between the pews. But I just wonder what's going. Oh, I thought you'd been opening a card. But yeah, so we've got this full place to ourselves. Can't wait. We've just seen. We've just seen the receptionists, and they were asking us if we'd caught anything, and so they were kind of like a bit, ooh, I bet it's horrible. It's like that's what we've come for, to try and capture things. Hi, Oliver, you all right, mate? But yeah, it's going to be great. I just can't wait to get started, guys. Obviously, we're going to be trying to go into the history about the war and things like that, see what kind of things spur up here. We're going to try and communicate with the priests that obviously their skulls are just behind me. So once again, I'll just show people that's just joining these human skulls. Magnificent, and it's going to be interesting to see if we get any of these names come through on the spirit box tonight. So yeah, they are, look. 2 priests that were executed. What is going on? Let's have a look. So it says here, Peter Snow, the seminary priest, he was born in Ripon, but nothing is known of his parentage or date of birth. He worked entirely in Yorkshire. He was reported by a spy as restoring to the house of John Hodgson in Blackamoor. He was arrested in Yorkshire in the company of Ralph Grimson. So both priests got arrested together, who tried to prevent his capture and was martyred with him. He was hanged, drawn and quartered at York on 15th of June 1598. So many hundreds of years after this place was built, 2 priests were executed. So that's extremely interesting. That's going to be great to see if we do capture any more of that. Cheers, Shadow Walkers. We do try and find some interesting places. You know, we're kind of fed up of going to the same places over and over again. This is obviously James's partner, Emma, who does all our research and finds us interesting places to go to. And that's why she's a valuable part of this team. But again, you know, we do need to head down to Cornwall, Jane, at some point. We've been on about it, haven't we, James?
Yeah.
And it's definitely some of the places down there just fascinate us. So we will be travelling down there at some point. It will be this year as well, won't it? So yeah, so we're definitely going to do that. But who knows what's going to happen here when it gets dark? You're all right. I think that one with the O was shot from the back. Could do, Jeanette. Could have been. Obviously, the guns would have existed at that time. But yeah, it's just going to be interesting. We were in here earlier, didn't we, James? And we heard a whistle, like in the church. I went, oh, well, that. But James heard it as well, crystal clear. But obviously, it's still daylight. And I'm not sure yet that it will be dark soon. But obviously, we've got all this introduction and things like that to do. And once that's done, we can make a start. We've got a possible Wi-Fi hotspot with us tonight, so we can do lives. So we'll do us film and things like that, and then we'll look at, once it's dark, trying to do a live spirit box possibly, with a bit of a REM pod setup and things like that, to hopefully try and get you guys involved. If anyone does have any interesting questions, you know, that you may want us to ask tonight, then just message on the page. I'll get Emma to put a post up, and then obviously we'll fire those questions to the spirits tonight. I'll tell her to put a status up, something like, if anyone's got any questions regarding this area or the castle, etc., we'll try and fire those out tonight. So I'll speak to you after this video call, and we'll see what happens. So are you ready to start making a move, James?
Yeah.
We'll record his intro, and we'll start this investigation. So thank you all for watching, and hopefully